So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Seamless. Oh, yeah. That's fine. Right. I hope that for once I actually have my microphone on. So welcome everyone. Lovely people in the chat. Let's just say hi to people who have been so graciously waiting. Jennifer, Maya, SP Chef, hey. I always like having new people in chat. Freezing a project. Oh, bless you. Oh, where have you gone? Oh my gosh. I'm not used to my chat jumping. Please like and subscribe. And just because I didn't see this properly. Oh, bless you, Jennifer. I can't even read this out. Claire is an amazing creator, super underrated on YouTube. Oh, bless you. You're literally, I'm now blushing. Don't even. Oh, I love the painting. Yeah, some new ones. This one just finished. Oh, and this is my new one. Something different. Right, wonderful. So I'm like literally blushing. Welcome to today's interview, which is an interesting one for me. I haven't done an interview for a little while. And yeah, and it's sort of like a nice one. If anyone's ever watched the stream that I do on Monday nights with Heather and Maya, you'll sort of kind of see us working on our paintings or just talking about kind of different art forms. And so today's topic is on art therapy. So it's with Brad, who I met whilst I was doing the protests at the IES event at St Hill, to do with Scientology, if no one gets that reference. And yeah, so he sort of spoke to me a few times about how he does go to these art therapy sessions, and they are to basically, it's a form of therapy that helps you express yourself through art. I have been personally to like a paint along once, and it was a woman that did very similar, where we kind of wrote all over the canvas and then kind of did all this different types of painting techniques over the top. So yeah, so I'm like really interested to hear more about art therapy itself, and yeah, how it's helped Brad, and maybe how it can help other people as a different form. So let me bring Brad on. I'm gonna put you up there. It's a shame we can't have it the other way around, so maybe we're more at the bottom, but yeah, whilst I have camera issues. This is how we'll do this with my little mic one at the bottom. I don't know if I can actually minimize it. No, I can't. So I hope this is all right for everyone. But welcome, Brad.
Hello.
I hope that everyone can hear it fine. But yeah, so let's start. If you want to do a little introduction of yourself and your channel as well. I'll bring up your banner for your channel so everyone can see.
So, firstly, I'd like to apologise to everyone. I overslept. That's why we're a little bit late
I wasn't going to tell them that.
No, it's entirely my fault. I don't want Claire getting the blame for this. No, I overslept slightly. I set my alarm, and I pressed the off button by mistake, obviously, and yeah, I overslept slightly. So I do apologise for that. So what do you want to know, Claire? I'm Brad, obviously. I was in the army for 4 years, back in 2000 to 2004, roughly. Went to Iraq, went to Northern Ireland. That's primarily the reason for my mental health issues. I also have autism, so high functioning autism, otherwise known as well, whatever it's called, I can't remember. But anyways, high functioning autism. I have depression, and the main part of my PTSD is anxiety disorder. And one of the ways in which, when I had my assessment, was one of the ways in which I was trained to deal with my issues was the art therapy, which is obviously the reason I'm here to speak to you, Claire. So.
Wonderful. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water.
Sorry. I caught you at the wrong time. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. It's the beauty of doing these things live. I just want to say that Jennifer loves your accent.
Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer.
A nice deep voice. Also, Breezy New Project says that we're all humans and not robots, like we would be in Scientology. So you are very much forgiven by everyone.
That's all right. And on that subject, Free Xenu Project, because of my autism, I come across a little bit like a robot in the way I speak sometimes. So apologies in advance. But yeah, it's all good, I think. Yeah. I'll have to buy you a coffee and a biscuit next time I see you, Claire, and we'll as an apology.
Oh gosh, no, don't worry about that. Honestly, I want to be like known as the most chill person here. Like I just want for that.
I wanted to say a quick, big thank you to SB Chef, who's in the chat as well. Samuel, he's an absolutely amazing guy. He's been supporting me. He's been supporting me a lot, actually, behind the scenes. We've been chatting a lot about art as well recently. So
that's good.
He's actually an amazing artist, and Claire, you should have him on. He's amazing.
Right, there we go.
Yeah, he does abstract art.
SB Chef, hit me up.
Yeah,
I've got my email in my bio if you want to. But
yeah. I can't claim to be very clever when it comes to art stuff or anything like that, but he's absolutely amazing. So yeah, definitely get him on. Wow. He's awesome. I'd love to see an interview with him. So
nice. Yeah. I don't like to think of myself as sort of an expert in art, but I do really appreciate it. So I'm more than merrier for any sort of art creative outputs from people. Because I sort of, on the subject of kind of art therapy and sort of mental health and things, I know it's something that like really helps me. Yeah, you got him blushing.
He's blushing. Yeah, that's all right. No, he's
Hello,
he's
Joe, by the
genuinely
way.
he's genuinely
Oh,
he's awesome, and his I've been sending him some. I made him a playlist for Spotify the other day, and the way his mind works is awesome because he's come back to me with an explanation for each individual track I've sent him. Is It's not just the physical art he does; it's just the way his mind works. It's really interesting to me. The
yeah.
way he's come back and he's explained that this particular song reminds me of this particular situation and stuff like that. So he's a very interesting guy to have on. So
Oh, cool. Right. Oh, I like that.
yeah.
Fabulous. So yeah, so that's kind of a bit about you. I hope that everyone saw the link in the chat. Let me know if you didn't. I will put it in there again, but it should be in the description of this video as well. So please go and check out Brad. He's been doing, oh yeah, maybe say a bit more about your channel, what you're doing there.
Right. Yeah. So it's a little bit on hold at the moment. So I do apologise. I started off doing a few videos, Claire, and there's been a few minor issues going on in my life, so it's all a little bit on hold at the moment. But essentially, I live down near St Hill in England. Well, when I say near, it's 30 minutes drive away, and that's the headquarters for Scientology in the UK. Um, Personally, I'm not in the slightest bit concerned or worried about what Scientology have to do to me or anything like that. So I've been down there trying to do a little bit of protesting and what have you. Obviously, sorry, I should say, obviously Claire and I, we met originally when we were protesting down at that particular spot as well. So this was during the IAS event back last year. And when I went down to St Hill, we had some of the same people that were spying on us, OSA and everything else. They've come out, and you can see some of them on the videos that I've done recently. I've also done a few shorts which I've done to be a little bit funny, hopefully to try and get Scientology thinking about things a little bit more. We'll have to see what your guys think about it. But it's been on hold temporarily, so sorry about that. But hopefully more content soon.
No, that's fine. I know, we all have things that we're going through. So no, but yeah, it's sort of like that particular first video that you did going back down there to St Hill, and just like sort of the way you spoke to the guy, I thought was really good. And I really think that you should send that to Aaron, because I know that he doesn't necessarily just see these videos.
I'm
Because
small
I think
fry, I'm sure.
Oh no, he's promoting all people like that. I think he would really appreciate like how you spoke to the guy, because you're very
just
polite,
yeah, the
but sort of
thing.
like kind of how to like you're very knowledgeable, about kind of what to say about them.
I did a short on that. It was quite funny. I don't know if you saw that one. It was about apparently I'm strange or something like that.
Yeah.
It's quite yeah, they're right through the glass. Oh, there's a strange man at the gate. So yeah, well, I am strange, but you don't know me well enough to know that yet. So
Yeah, exactly. Though I don't go enough to call you strange, but
oh no, it's okay. I'm absolutely fine with that. The way I see it in life, the best people are the strange ones.
oh yeah, exactly. Boring.
Yeah,
Normal is boring.
normal is boring. Yeah.
Freezing, he said that you that he loves the way that you spoke to that guy. It was gold.
Yes, I saw that. Thank you, Free Senior Project. I've been speaking on your chats, I think, to Free Xenu Project.
Oh, cool.
Briefly, so I think we've both spoken a few times before. From Farsec, is that where Target 2 is? Free Xenu Project.
I believe so.
Is that where Target 2? I can't remember. You have to forgive me. My law on Xenu and all that is a little bit, behind.
I was going to say galactic knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. They say a Scientologist calling someone strange reminds me of the pottle calling the kettle black. Indeed.
Ah, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, there you go.
And
Yeah.
that is
Where
the
the
planet that
psychologists
the
come from.
psychologist came from.
Yeah, gotcha. That makes sense now. Yeah. Yeah, because it's
Right,
not target
wonderful.
2, is it? Sorry.
No,
Sorry to
it's, you
little bit of
know,
a tangent there.
they're all the same. Right, wonderful. So, yeah, I hope everyone liked that intro. Yeah, so please go and check Brad out if you haven't already. Replay crew, love you. So yeah, go and do that. So today's topic, art therapy. What is art therapy to you?
To me,
Mm.
well, okay, so when I realized I was starting to have some problems in my life, I went down to speak to someone from a charity called Combat Stress. Now, Combat Stress, their role is to basically take care of veterans, primarily veterans with mental health. Okay, and what they do is they do assessments and everything else. So I went up to a place in Leatherhead, which is just south of London, for anyone not in the country. And they have a centre down there, and I spent 2 weeks in that centre being assessed. So they have a team of staff there. We stay there, and you're assessed. You look, they ask you questions. They give you training. So for 2 weeks, every day you've got lessons that you go to, and you have training. They put on yoga sessions, stuff like that. And the idea is that it's during that period where they're actually able to work out what your issues are. Um, During that period, they have art therapy sessions, and I've forgotten the name of the lovely lady that used to do them, but art therapy is, and this is my very limited knowledge, Claire. Art therapy is a way of, as you said in the intro, expressing your feelings. Now, I have never done it before, but the first time I went in there, it was absolutely amazing, and I could not believe how useful it is to actually be able to do some art therapy. Um, and it was a big shock to the system actually, because the way this particular lady did it, and I'm sure this is pretty much the same for everyone else, but she'll come up with a question for us, and that question might be, how do you feel others see you in society? For example, that might be a question. How do you feel others see you in society? And then what you have to do is you've got a set period, usually about an hour, and you've got access to all these art supplies. And what you're told to do is, right, express how you feel in art. And that's basically it. It's that simple. And then at the end of it, you're asked questions about the individual pieces of art, um, and you then need to explain it to. It's not just you, by the way, doing this. It's multiple people usually. There's like a group of 3 or 4 people doing this at the same time, and you're all explaining each other's art. And and why I think this is so important is because to be able to do this, it really allows you as an individual to really think and understand exactly how you're feeling. It
Mm.
essentially forces you into thinking about how you're feeling, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I
Um,
like that.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm trying to see if that's the right words, but yeah, essentially, it's sort of forcing you into thinking about the feelings in certain situations. So it works very well for me, certainly, and I'm sure anyone else that's done it, I'd love to know. Um, it's just a phenomenal thing, and I'd love to be able to go back and do more. But as it stands, I don't. I just do my own little art therapy, but I don't ask
Mm.
myself the questions, if that makes sense now.
Yeah,
But I don't feel I need to now, if that makes sense. So yeah, I
that's
hope that's an
cool.
answer.
Yeah, yeah, no, I like that. That was, because it's sort of, that's the thing, like, art therapy itself obviously has a description of what it is, but I think it's always interesting when people sort of answer it for kind of what it means to them. Because yeah, I think that sort of gets other people maybe thinking about how it can maybe relate to sort of stuff that they're going through.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So kind of within that, how like sort of how do you feel like it sort of has helped you kind of going forward from where you were in your life before you had it?
Well, it's a small part of my progress from being essentially, I wouldn't say suicidal, but very, very, very low with my mental health issues. It's been a small part of me getting back, but what it, I think what it has done is it's given me an opportunity to, um, I guess, see that my issues aren't necessarily as bad as they first seem, because what I can now do is I find it easier now just to be able to think back and I guess think about the situation and see it more for what it is, because a number of times I've done these bits of art. um it's I'm struggling to get it into words here. I'm sorry, Claire.
That's all
I'm
right.
mumbling a bit.
Yeah, don't
by
worry.
by by being able to do art therapy when I did, I was able to, I guess, visualize problems better, and it's helped me to continue that afterwards as well, to visualize the problems so that I can move forward.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I never
definitely.
thought about that, but yeah.
Mm.
Very good. Just some comments from people in chat. So Joe
Yeah.
said, I do similar with music, but I usually never have to explain it to everyone else, which I find can enable you to express without fear of judgment.
Yes, I saw that
Yeah,
from Joe. And Joe, I'd love to hear some of your music. That would be awesome.
yeah. She's got some nice bits on her channel.
Oh, okay. Can Joe send me a link or something at some point? I'd love
Oh yeah, yeah,
to.
yeah. I
Yeah,
can do that
definitely.
otherwise
That'd
as
be
well.
awesome.
Freezingly Project said, comment, I thought this would be much different. It's interesting. I'm getting back into model making to help me with issues I've had in the past for my own mental health. And that's the thing,
Yeah,
like sort of it doesn't have to be painting, it can be sort of any craft or art form
yeah,
to yeah, sort of just, like whatever someone finds is that thing to help them. It's like I teach sewing skills to people and I get people say all the time how it's really therapeutic for them, relaxing. Whereas for me, it's anything but, because it's my job. So then I come home and I paint
So
and go out for walks and things like that. And kind of between painting and walking, they kind of give me different different sides of that sort of help with things that I'm going through.
Free Zunu project has actually just reminded me of something important. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Claire, that one of the images that I sent you, which I know that you said you wanted to show some of them on here, they are primarily from the um, sessions that I actually did when I was up at Combat Stress. Now, art therapy for me, and this is just my understanding of it, is two different separate things. Now, coming coming on to what you said, Free Xeno Project, in just a second, there's two things. First of all, art therapy in respect to the understanding of your feelings and everything else, which is primarily what those images are about that we talked about, Claire. But moving forward onto that, the type of art that I do now is all a little bit different, and I probably should have explained this a bit better.
That's all right.
Freezing New project. What you're saying there. I'm just scrolling back to see. You said you're about doing model making and everything else. One of the main reasons that I do art is because I have something called hypervigilance. Now, what that essentially means is that my brain is working overtime to find problems where there isn't problems, essentially. So noises in the distance, things flying past, birds and everything. It's completely bonkers and bizarre, but it's just the way it works. So my brain is constantly on overdrive thinking about issues. Now I have medication to calm this down, of course, but when you're actually doing art therapy or just normal art, whatever, your brain has a tendency to focus very, very much, very precisely on what you're doing there and then in the moment. So it quietens down your brain massively, or it certainly does in my case. And that's the reason I do it. So what you're saying about doing the art project there, or sorry, the model making project, is pretty much the same. You're focused very much on that, and everything around you is fading into darkness. So it probably help you to calm your brain down, essentially. So that's the main sort of reason I guess I currently do art therapy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting actually. That's sort of like takes it to another level, I think.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for explaining that. And there's some people in the chat. Jennifer has said, same Brad, super hypervigilant and PTSD here too.
I'm sorry to hear
And
that, Jennifer.
Wit-
It's not pleasant.
yeah, and Witness says the damn hypervigilance. Sorry, Brad, that sucks.
Yeah, it
And
does suck.
actually,
Sorry, guys.
I don't know, sort of kind of, I've never been tested for it, but I do have a thing sometimes where I will I can be like out and just be like sort of walking along, but then almost like relive something, or just like my brain sort of skips to like the worst thing that could happen. And it's like, I don't know, like a car coming up onto the pavement, or the one time that I saw like my mum sort of fall over and smash her face and things like that.
Yeah,
it doesn't
stuff
do
like
it like all the time, but it can like just like randomly do it, and I'm like, what the hell? So,
yeah, if you can imagine that, Claire, but constantly, it's similar to what I
must
go
be
through.
awful.
But luckily, I'm on some
Especially
very
from a combat point of view as well, you know.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was in Iraq in 2003, Operation Telek, and then after that, I went to Northern Ireland, and I was doing a follow-on operation from Operation Banner. If you're aware of that, that's like the whole Northern Ireland thing, going back years, back from the 70s or whatever it was. Where I was working in Belfast in Northern Ireland as well. So yeah, it's not one specific issue. So I guess my PTSD, although I don't have full PTSD, as it were, it's kind of it's a kind of a mixture of what they call complex PTSD from a number of different issues. But it's more about the anxiety than anything else. So I do wake up with bad dreams, but not all the time, if that makes sense. So it's like a mixture of things.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
That's okay. It's just part of my existence. It's fine.
And that's the thing, it's sort of, I think once you can find that path to sort of help alleviate it, in whichever way sort of best works for you. I think that's like really healthy. So yeah, so I think you're doing very well. Witness has said that she gets it the worst at large concerts. Her head whips around, looking out for danger. Which is not the best.
Witness, what I do is I just tend to avoid busy places. It's not necessarily the way to, go through life. It's not that I can't do things like that. It's just I tend to avoid it if I don't need to, So I do feel that because I'm the same, exactly the same.
And Free Senior Project has said, comment interesting because I have a tendency of doing small projects and obsess on it so badly I neglect everything else in the world.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Do those little projects, enjoy yourself, focus on it, because essentially what you're doing is you're giving your brain a rest. I guess maybe. I'm not trained in psychology. I don't understand any of this stuff very well, but that's the way I look at it anyway, and it feels like that. Once I've done art therapy, one of the reasons why I feel calm is probably because my brain hasn't been working overtime.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, maybe disclaimer: this is not mental health advice or any
not health. No.
no kind of health advice.
No.
But yeah, just sort of.
Just because I've got,
if it helps you find a different path that can sort of help you in the long run, then yeah, sort of. We're here to do that, basically, to open your mind.
So say just because I've got an awesome beard and glasses doesn't mean I'm clever.
Right, wonderful. So I think I'm going to show the images that you sent me, if that's all right.
Yeah, by all means. Yeah,
so we can kind of go off of that. Like maybe if you want to talk about some of the art pieces.
Yeah, by all means. Yeah, sure.
I'm just going to show this one as well. My health advice only works on Farsac. It doesn't quantify on Earth.
Yeah, I get that. Free Senior Project. Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful. So, first image is Brad. I presume this is at your art therapy session.
Yeah, so this is the art therapy room up at Combat Stress in Leatherhead. Now, the painting I'm doing there is up on the wall in my bedroom. That's the Royal Artillery flag, which is blue and red at the top, and then you've got the Royal Artillery gun on there. And I was painting that in acrylic on canvas, and that was actually, strangely enough, the first time I've ever done a proper painting on a canvas.
Yeah,
and it turned out all right, to be honest. I don't think I sent you a picture of that one, but yeah, it's the first time I sort of ever did it on a canvas. But
oh wow.
We when we were on this training course, this center was open 24 hours a day, okay, because we're on like a big campus up there, and there's no need for it to be closed. So we would be sitting in there drinking cups of tea till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, playing around with doing art, having laughs, chilling out, relaxing. Just a lot of the time we spent in the art center room there. It was absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
I wish it was open to us still now, because I'd be in there most weekends probably, I think.
Yeah, that's like the saddest thing, and kind of why like you see so many issues in society with sort of mental health or not, it's because there's nowhere just for people to go and sort of either like sort of be with other people in a calming situation, or just as places for people to express themselves. And that's kind of something that with kind of what I went through in lockdown, I sort of want to be able to open up little sort of cafes that kind of can act as places like that for people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a harder road than what I ever thought. Because I can't just do a business just with me and kind of get funding for it. So yeah, I'm still on the look for people to help me. So if anyone wants to come and be on my board, do let me know.
I
Um,
would love to one day have something to do with a space where people can come in and do art. I've thought about this countless times. Have a place where people, veterans primarily, but it doesn't need to be veterans, are able to come along and do art therapy. I would love to do that. I just don't have
yeah,
the ability or the um, to do that. So what can you do?
no, exactly.
Unfortunately.
That's the thing. It's sort of there's a lot that kind of goes into it, as I
Yeah,
realised.
yeah.
But yeah, we
I'm,
won't
I'm,
get down about it.
um,
Fabulous. So on to some of your work.
oh,
So I don't know if you want to talk about them at all.
of course I will. I just want to answer one quick question from SP Chef there.
Oh yeah. I was just about to start it, so I can let me take
that question, the hashtag I just come up with, make art not war. That's just something I just came up with. It's probably something famous that I've just copied, but I didn't copy it. It just came out of my brain. But he asked, have you made art inspired by Make Art Not War? No, I haven't, SP Chef, but you've inspired me to, so now I
Yeah, I think
will at
that'd be
some
a really
point,
good one.
and then I'll send it on to you later. So yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah. Carry on. Sorry.
No, that's fine. So let's bring these ones up
Ah,
again. Yeah, so I don't know if you want to talk about them.
of course. Now, first thing to say is that we do have limited time when we're doing this art therapy stuff. So as you can tell, the quality of the art is not high. It's actually more about the meaning behind it rather than the quality. So, like I say, these are the pieces where people are asking questions about um, specific, feelings you're going through and everything else. So the one on the left is, I guess, that would be a pic. You have to forgive me. I can't remember the exact questions that were asked, but it was something along the lines of how do you feel in everyday life, or something like that. Um, it was
Yeah.
something to those effect, and that's looks like it's an image of me being lifted up by some sort of black monster, hand claw being controlled. So
Mm.
it's almost like I don't have any control over myself or my life, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
That
definitely. That's
that's
what I
kind of
thought when I
the
saw it.
yeah that's sort of where that comes from. So the one on the right is 5.8, stands for 5.8 Airs battery, which is the battery I was in the artillery. Um, and that's the top left. The top right is the Royal Artillery gun, or the sort of the cap badge, as it were, for the
Ah, yeah.
regiment. You'll see the blue and red. They're the colours of the Royal Artillery flag. And bottom left, Ubik. So you'll notice that when I type a message, it says Ubik, and that is the motto of the Royal Artillery, and it means everywhere. So
Oh, I always wondered what that was.
the whole motto is everywhere where right and glory lead. Okay,
Mm.
and that is Ubik Qfes et Gloria Ducant, or pronounced correctly by someone that knows Latin, whatever that might be. But
Yeah.
that's basically, it means everywhere where right and glory lead. That's the motto of the Royal Artillery. So Ubik is very important to me personally, um, and you'll see up above there is like a little cross. This is sort of kind of representing my sort of immediate history or something. And then the cross there is because I actually believe in Christianity. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. So that's where that comes from. And then
Lovely.
on the bottom right, you'll see a picture of a worm.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it
Yeah.
was a worm or a snake.
No, it's a worm. And the reason is, and I actually do remember this conversation, bearing in mind I'm sitting there with a bunch of big, ugly veterans who have all been through some real nasty stuff and everything else. The reason for that is very simple. I didn't have anything else to put in there, so I thought I'd put a worm because worms are cool.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Worms are
That's
cool.
the only reason, honestly. That's the only reason. I just thought it would be funny. So that's why I put the worm in there. Yeah. But
Very
yeah, so that's the reason behind that one.
nice.
That's it really. I mean, there's no other like I say, the meaning behind that piece of art is to sort of explain a little bit about my history. Yeah, that's what it was. So
Maya's oh shoot.
Maya,
Maya just asked, is that a Scientology cross? And I know what she means, but it
actually,
isn't
Maya,
because
yes, Maya. I first of all, hello, Maya. By the way, I'm sorry I didn't say hello to you earlier. Maya's an amazing artist as well. I've seen some of her work; it's awesome. Maya, no, it's not. Strangely enough, it just so happens to look like that for some reason. I don't know if for those of you who aren't necessarily aware of the Scientology cross, it's they use a cross that looks similar to a Christian cross because they want to become a cross as a legitimate religion. They're not a legitimate religion, and the little cross in the middle there at the top is something they add to it, but no, it's not actually, Mayo. Strangely enough, this is before I was sort of heavily into fighting against Scientology when I did this, so it was kind of, I don't know why. I think it was to make it look like it was sort of blinking or something like that. I have no idea.
I was going to say it almost looks
Yeah.
like when you see like the North Star or something, they tend to have it as one of the points.
Yeah,
Is a bit.
I'm really not sure the reason why I did that. It's just, yeah, but it's nothing to do with the Scientology cross. No.
I think
But I
it
can
was
it certainly
portraying your
looks that way.
future
Yeah, maybe.
in taking down Scientology.
Maybe I'm gonna. Yeah, actually, yeah, you could be right. Yeah, absolutely.
Also, Jennifer
Yeah, so
says that worms are cool. They are cool.
worms are cool. Yeah, they're awesome. Absolutely. Worms are amazing. I love them. So yeah, hopefully that's explained that weirdness to you, Claire.
Yeah. Whitney says as well that it looks like a bit like an Orthodox cross, which that is what I thought when I first saw it. But yeah, I think you were just putting your own little twist on it.
Yeah, was it Coptic Christians, something like that? I've maybe seen that before. I can't remember. I'm not very good when it comes to religion. I believe in God, and I don't really understand anything else particularly.
No.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not that clever, unfortunately.
Oh no, that doesn't say that you're not clever. So Free Senior Project says, comment, interesting that you say worms are cults. When did you say that? Sorry, did I miss you saying that? It's always symbolized as decay to me, but that makes sense as cults decay society and control people. Yeah, I like that. But I don't forgive me if I missed you saying that.
I mean, I don't think I said that. But if
I think
fair enough. But no,
yeah, just worms are cool. That's what you said.
Worms are cool. There you go. We'll stick with that for now. That would be fine. No, maybe you did misunderstand Free Senior Project, but it's certainly something to think about, isn't it? So, absolutely.
Yeah, I like how it's like come round.
Yeah. Do you want to move on to the next ones?
Yes, that's fine. Sorry, I was just reading one of the comments. Didn't know if to bring it up. Right, wonderful. So this is the next one. All is
Ah,
well.
yes. I would like to see what your interpretation of that one is, Claire, actually, thinking about it.
Oh, so I use this one for the thumbnail because I thought it's sort of, to me, it's like growth because of the roots underneath. And I feel like it's kind of, because then they're under the ground, they're like a hidden growth, maybe sort of inner self growth.
Mm. Kind of.
I don't know.
Well, I've forgotten the exact question behind this, but the reason at the top is, hang on. No, I think it was the question was something along the lines of, how do you think people see you, as
Ah,
opposed to how you feel? So at the top it says all is well.
mm.
Yeah,
Let me
sorry, I'll just,
see.
yeah, SP
That's all
Chef.
right.
Yeah, you're right. SP Chef and I have been having these interesting conversations about art interpretation recently. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
All is well, right? So all is well at the top. Yeah, so people perceive me as everything being well because the flowers there, it looks nice, everything looks normal, right? And then underneath, is it? That the question there is it? Question mark. Well, if you look at all of those roots, you see all of these roots going everywhere, all these different issues. But notice that it's red. The roots are sort of red in color,
Ah, right.
because
Yeah.
that's kind of blood red, nasty, horrible darkness.
Oh,
Because
so like when
everything,
Jen says they look
mm,
like they're rotting.
because everything on the surface with me looks normal and lovely, okay, but actually when it comes down to it, deep inside, I'm broken, and that's, I guess, that's what that represents. And again,
That's so
I
sad, but
will say
true.
that my art is much better than this normally. It's just that this was all done rushed because we only have a certain amount of time to get these things done. So
No, I think, it's, for me, it's not necessarily about how well it's done, sort of executed. I like sort of seeing stuff and kind of, yeah, interpreting it for my own self, but as well, sort of like hearing how the artist sort of intended it. So
yeah,
yeah, I really
yeah,
like that.
yeah. I mean,
Now
it's
I feel silly for misinterpreting it so well,
no,
so
no, no, no,
badly.
no, no, no. This
Um,
is it. No, when you like as I was saying, with myself and Samuel, we've been having these deep conversations about interpretation of art and everything else, and it really doesn't matter whether you get it right or not. It's really about the whole point of art is, when you're looking at it, it's not necessarily, doesn't necessarily have to be what the artist thinks it is.
mm,
It should, it's also about what you think it is, if that makes sense.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Whitney says that she loves
yeah.
it. So she totally sees what you were saying.
She's being nice, but yeah, no. So the I like the I love the concept of it. I love the idea behind it, but it's yeah, I can do better.
Oh yes, yes, but like you say, sort of these aren't about that.
No,
These are
absolutely,
just about self-expression.
sure.
Um, and Freezing New Project says that's an awesome piece of art that applies to so many of us. Um,
Yes, it does
enjoy
actually.
ongoing.
Absolutely, and following on from what you just said there, Free Xena Project. In modern society, as a general rule, people want to come across as being, oh, I'm perfect, I'm fine, I've got loads of money. This is why people buy sports cars, because they want to be perceived as being absolutely fine and everything else. But you find me one person in society, just one person that doesn't have any issues at all, doesn't have any problems, any concerns or anything like that. I think it's probably impossible. Everyone has issues. It just so happens that mine happen to be worse than others, but then there's people I know which are 10 times worse than mine. So it really is. Yeah, everyone's the same, I think. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Freezing Project also said that there I go overthinking a misunderstood word from what we were
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
before this one.
That's
Which I think don't be so harsh on yourselves. It's fine.
no, it's sorry.
You
That's
know,
a reference. That's a
it's hard to.
reference to Scientology teachings. That's all. It's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
But he was also saying that maybe he didn't understand your accent. So,
Ah,
what could we do?
exactly. Yeah.
Wonderful. So then there's this one, which I
Yes.
think is kind of really eerie to me. I love how you've got the sort of mist looking.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah,
what's your
I don't know what you
interpretation, Claire? And in the
Oh
comments,
God, yeah, yeah, you can
I
do
want to
that to
see other
me.
people's interpretations now.
Okay,
Everyone
right.
else.
Chat, what do you think?
Yeah.
Um,
Come on.
so to me, it's like a really misty morning. No,
Yeah.
actually, I wouldn't say morning, evening. The sun is going down,
Right.
and but I almost feel like this is more of a dream. And it's sort of a never-ending path to God knows where. That's what I'm saying. Oh, here we
Okay.
go, Jennifer.
What's Jennifer
It's a
said?
reference to people saying, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Yes.
Jennifer
But
is
I'm
pretty much.
thinking because
Yeah.
it's all misty, that's why I was like, oh, yeah. You say that's right.
Jennifer's pretty much spot on. Free Xenu
Ah,
project is
is
wrong,
that
but
sun
it's a
baking in
it's
the
a
sand into clay and glass,
no,
causing you
it's
to
not.
feel
But it's a very, very
desolate?
interesting interpretation nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another
But he's
interesting one
seeing
from.
no light at the end of the road, just a sort of explosion of destruction.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Can you put SP Chef's one up as well, please?
Oh, yes.
Possible.
Oh. SB Chef. The road is hard and full of cracks. So a difficult way to get to the goal, shown as the light at the end, but being all alone as next to the road, there is nothing and no one. Oh.
See, this is what I'm saying about SP Chef. He's absolutely amazing. His brain is just.
Literally.
I don't understand his brain, but it's just some of the stuff he comes up with is amazing. So yeah, right. No, I mean, look, my interpretation of this is fairly simple. It's I think it was something along the lines of where do you see yourself now, and where do you want to be, if that makes sense. Now, the fact that the path is checkered like it is probably only for detail, but it's I'm in the dark at the moment, which is where my if where I'm currently standing in this picture. I'm looking out at the sun. Okay, I'm in darkness. I'm in a bad place. My mental health isn't great. I'm not suicidal, but I'm pretty low, and I'm struggling with life. I'm feeling very upset and everything else. And that's where the darkness side of things comes in. And then where do I want to be? I want to be in the light. I want to be in a happy place, which is where I am now currently.
Good.
So that's where I want to be, and that's the path I want to take. And that's kind of my interpretation of it. It's very simplistic, but all of the interpretations that I've seen here are excellent. This absolutely love some of the crazy ideas that have come up. It's awesome,
Yeah. I
especially
love
Free
seeing
Xenu
other
project is yeah, Free Xenu project's mind's awesome.
people. I'm dark, what can I say?
Excellent.
I can't remember if I had. Is there anything else out there? Wonderful.
I can't remember what else I sent you, to be honest, Claire.
So then just added in those other ones that you sent because yeah, I don't know where the rest of them have gone in my phone.
Yes. This one here is something I did not when I was on this training course, actually. This was something I did. It's acrylic on a bit of board, canvas board, I think it is. And I sent a picture of this to SP Chef recently, and I asked for his interpretation. And SP Chef, could you just type what your interpretation was? Because I don't want to make a mess of it. But he came up with this amazing interpretation of it, which was wrong, but also very, very interesting, if that makes sense. Because it was wrong in the respect that it's not what I thought. It's not what I thought when I made it, but it's still an equally valid and interesting interpretation, if that makes sense. So this one is my interpretation of this painting is I'm a Christian, okay, I believe in God, and my idea behind this was there's a brilliant light to the left. There's a brilliant light over to the left, and that is the light of God, and it's burning off bits of the cross and disseminating the light of God around the world, I guess, or something like that. I don't really think it had a particular sort of deep meaning or anything like that, but it was just like something like that anyway. But yeah, SP Chef's interpretation was awesome as well. I think it was he was bringing up about decay and damaging the world and everything else, which was cool.
And Jennifer said I would call it the dissolving of faith.
Yes, actually, this was it. So hang on, what does SP Chef say? He says, sorry, Jennifer, your interpretation was similar, I think, to what the SP Chef came up with.
So he said, well, I thought the belief of the divine is disintegrating, in the show of horror and evil in the world.
Yes, but both of the thing is, right, what Jennifer and SP Chef have said there are both completely different to what I came up with for my reason behind it. They're both, I mean, if we were to go for right and wrong, my way was right because that's what I thought of when I painted it, but they're both wrong, but they're not, they're both right as well. There's so many ways you can interpret it, if that makes sense.
And that's the thing, it's sort of because you can paint it with a certain reason, but then other people are always going to see these things for what it means to them. And that's what I love about art. It's sort of, it always kind of annoys me when people are like, sort of that they don't understand it. They only want to know sort of what you think, but then kind of don't think for themselves what they kind of think about it. And I think that's a wrong way to look at art. It's sort of, there is a reason for everything, but equally there's what speaks to you.
Yeah. I mean, I had a situation once. I was having a conversation with somebody about opera music and talking about this one particular opera that I went to see, and it happened to be in Italian or something like that. I can't remember, but I don't speak Italian. I didn't understand a word of what it was or what it was about. And this person was saying, well, what's the point in going if you don't understand what's being said? And my argument was, well, it's not about that. It's about the music. It's the feeling it gives you. You don't have to understand what it says. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, if you understand every word, fantastic, good for you. But it doesn't really matter when it comes to music.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And Maya has said that you've inspired her so much she's going to go and paint.
Oh,
So maybe if you don't mind waiting until after we finish, but feel welcome to paint during the stream.
yeah,
We
go
don't
for
want to
it,
lose you as a viewer.
No, go
That's
for it.
really
No,
nice.
that's awesome. I've never inspired anyone before.
There you go. You're doing it right
Yeah,
now.
I feel honored.
So Free Singing Project says, to me, it looks like house fires are trying to burn the symbol of God, and the symbol is its pieces are breaking up and being put into you to the other side, attaching itself off image, armoring you, which I think is a really nice way of describing it as well.
Yeah, definitely. It just amazes me how many different ways you can view one thing, and everyone sees it differently. It's amazing to me.
Yeah, exactly. And Jennifer says, people who say they don't understand art simply have no ability for introspection and are totally out of touch with the deeper feelings of life, which I think is a very strong sentiment, but very true as well.
Yeah, definitely. What SP Chef just said was awesome as well.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that one up. One of the few things that I could agree with L. Ron Hubbard, which is always tread with trepidation when saying that, is that art is only art if it can communicate and talk to the viewer. And actually, that is how I like to see art. You know, if it can't interpret anything without a description, then sort of who is it for, really?
Yeah.
It's kind of my view anyway. And art means different things to everyone, which is the beauty of it. For what it's worth, Brad, you've given me a lot of ideas for my book I'm writing, which is really exciting.
Well, when you finished it, the Xenu project, I'd love to read it. You let me know.
Indeed. Oh, and talking of books, I'm going to do a little plug. It's in my bag, so I don't have it on me. But Jennifer was really lovely and sent me a copy of her beautiful book of poetry. So I'm really looking forward to reading that.
Jennifer,
and, maybe there'll be some art that comes with that.
Jennifer and I need to talk then. Okay.
Oh.
Yes. Well, I have a bookshelf which is about 90% poetry.
Lovely.
And I'm not very, because I'm autistic. Sorry, not autistic. Because I'm dyslexic and everything else. I struggle with reading and what have you. But I like to. One of the reasons why I like poetry is because I can read little bits at a time. So Jennifer, definitely, can you let me know how I could get hold of a copy of your book? I'd love to read that. That'd be awesome.
Yay! There you go, Jennifer. And Maya says that she's going to paint while she listens. I would never stop now. You are coming with me outside with a dog. Oh, that's so lovely.
Awesome.
Give your dog a nice pat from us. Jennifer says, oh. So yeah. Right, wonderful. So next one. This one, which I really like as well.
This is, I'm kind of proud of this one. I've had absolutely no art training at all. I've had absolutely none at all. And what I like about this one is it actually looks like what it's supposed to look like. Well, does anyone in the chat know what type of bird this is? Anyone?
No, I don't.
No. Give it a second.
How amazing it is.
Yeah, so does anyone know Winston Churchill was an artist?
Yes.
Yeah. So Winston Churchill was an artist. He had the option of having some of the world's greatest artists train him and help him. But what he did was pretty much what he felt like doing in the end when it comes to
Mm.
art. And he's kind of inspired me in that respect. So I don't really want to have any formal training. I just want to do what I think is right. And yeah, that's kind of what happened here. That is a great crested grebe for anyone that's interested.
Oh, we had
Okay.
woodpecker.
Yeah, not quite. No, it's a great crested grebe, and these birds, they actually you find them on water in England. They're very common in England. You'll see them on big water bodies and everything else, and they actually dive under the water, swim around a bit, and catch fish.
Oh wow!
So yeah, they're really awesome. And
Cool.
this one, like I say, is the first time I actually painted something that looked like what it was supposed to. So
Yeah, I was
I'm
going to
kind of
say
proud of
it
that.
looks amazing.
It,
I love his hair.
yeah. I mean, it's nothing special as paintings go, but I like it. To me, it's awesome. It's actually hanging up on the wall.
Oh,
In
cool.
my house. Yeah, yeah.
Jonathan
Yeah.
thinks that he's been listening to heavy music because he looks like he's been headbanging.
Yeah, true. Absolutely dodgy haircut, but no, they really do look like that in real life. It's quite funny
Yeah.
when you see them. SP Chef just said, "I'm a chef. I only see a good Sunday roast." Yes, very
Yeah, I was
much.
going to say.
So, SP Chef, they're a little bit small to cook in the oven, but I'm sure you would be able to do a good job. Maybe stuff them inside a turkey or something. Maybe.
Yeah. Maya asks, is it acrylic that you used?
Yes, it is. It is.
Oh,
So
nice.
Maya, for the benefit of Maya and anyone else that might be interested, the majority of what I do when it comes to art is I start with pencil, and I sometimes use pen as well, to sort of highlight the corners on whatever it is I need to do. But a lot of what I do is watercolor as well. But acrylic, it's a little bit too time consuming, so I don't get a chance to do that very often. But no, a lot
Oh,
of it's watercolor, but I also do like acrylic. So
see, I find it's the other way round for me. I think that watercolor is more time consuming than what acrylic is.
yeah, okay. I mean, it really, I guess for you though, you probably have a room in your house where you actually have all this stuff laid out already. Whereas me, I
Oh,
unfortunately, I'm
if
in,
you saw my setup here, it really isn't
I
that well laid out. But I know
I'm
what
in.
you mean. But I
mm,
always find it interesting, like different mediums that people find, kind of easier, harder to use.
I actually have a pencil case, um, and in that pencil case is a series of pencils, some pens, a rubber, etc. And then it's got a small little watercolor pack, okay, and a little bottle of water. So it doesn't matter where I am, I've got a pencil case and my little sketchbook, and I can do watercolor art anywhere. I don't even know
Oh,
if I've sent you it. I think I sent you some pictures of some of my watercolor stuff, like mushrooms and what have you. I don't know if you've got those or
oh
not.
yeah. That's what was like way back. No, I didn't. I didn't go that far back.
No, that's okay. No,
Let
that's
me
all
see
right.
if
Don't
I
matter.
can quickly do it.
Don't worry if you can't. It's not a problem.
Oh, yeah, this is the end of our slides. Let me take that down. I will just. Oh shoot, wrong one. Whitney says, I had a short-lived career painting bass drum heads for bands back in the day. I used acrylics for that.
Yeah.
That is very cool, Whitney. I didn't know that about you. I feel like you're a different person now.
Witness, is that a satellite dish on your profile picture? Struggle to
I
see it.
always thought it was a tree. But yeah, no,
What,
it is a satellite
mm,
dish.
what's the significance? I would love to know the significance of that. because I'm a bit nerdy when it comes to space and technology and stuff like that, satellite dishes and stuff. Jennifer, yes, I sometimes go bird watching, and great crested grebes are one of my favourites because what I like to do is I like to watch them going underwater and seeing them come out with a little fish in their mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, a radio telescope. Please tell me that you are a astronomer, Freezini Project, and if you are, you're going to be one of my best friends because I absolutely love all of that stuff. Radio telescopes are amazing, and I'd like to know which one it is as well, actually. So, because I'm the sort of strange person that would actually go and research that particular telescope and see its capabilities.
That would be cool.
Very large array. Yes. Is that the one that is in South America on the Atacama Desert? Witness.
Oh.
Now I believe. Because I know that they were building something up there, weren't they? They had something. They were going to be putting hundreds of large telescopes and actually combining them all. Oh, New Mexico, yes. So not the one I thought then. Okay, the Atacama Desert in Chile, I think they're building one. Sorry. This is
No,
an art show,
it's good.
not a science, not a
I'm
science
doing
show.
other stuff whilst we're talking, so
No, that's all
please
right.
do carry on.
I'm just geeking
I'm
out a
watching.
little bit there. That's all. Sorry
No,
about that. Yeah.
I love it. Right, I just want to show these.
An amateur space and science buff. Yeah, I'm the same. Freezini Project. Did you watch the moon landing the other day? I'd like to know.
Oh, the other day? I didn't know there'd been one recently.
No, they did. They put. I must say I haven't even been able to see it myself, but yeah, apparently they landed something the other day on the moon, a moon landing. So, which is quite cool.
Oh, that is very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I'm a bit. I like sort of space stuff.
Yeah.
I just find the space and the ocean fascinating.
Yeah. So don't forget, okay, those of you that think the original moon landing was faked, you're
yes,
wrong.
I'm in that conspiracy.
Very controversial, I know, but you're wrong. I'm sorry.
But they look so fake.
You want to be my friend, Maya? I thought you already were. Of course you can be my friend.
Aww.
I've spoken to you a few times, Maya, on these chats. Unfortunately, I just don't get an opportunity to spend as much time chatting to Claire as I want. 100% real. Yeah, exactly. It was not faked. Yeah. Don't you start, Jennifer. Don't you start, Jennifer. Anyway. Right. I'm not going to look at that. I'm not going to talk to you anymore, Jennifer. No.
Oh, no. Only
No.
friends here. Only
No,
friends.
we're all friends. We're all friends. I'm only kidding. No, it's cool. I know she's winding me up. Yeah.
Right. It won't be long.
Yep.
Hold on.
Sorry, moving on.
No. Please carry on with the thingies because
I'm on my best behaviour. No, I haven't. Freezini Project. I have not. But by all means, send me a link or something. Yeah. Wait, what was? So I don't know if any of you been following what's going on in Skinwalker Ranch recently, and what's going on with regards to aliens and UFOs and what have you. I know
that Skinwalker Ranch is a major place for it all.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment. They're bringing up in Congress in America all about UFOs and everything else. I'm very into that sort of stuff, but I'm not into all the wishy-washy nonsense side of things. I'm into the hard evidence side of things.
Definitely.
And there is a lot of, there seems to be a lot of actual physical evidence, you know, but also extratemporal as well. So time travel, as opposed to
Oh,
aliens and stuff like that. There's loads of interesting theories. Yeah, it's a very interesting subject. But like I say, I think the scientist brain inside of me, and also the fact that because I'm autistic, I see things in very black and white. So for me, it needs to be very factual for me to believe anything, if that makes sense. You
yeah.
need to be able to prove. So I don't believe in any of this wishy-washy nonsense. It really is a case of, if there's evidence for it and if it seems logical, then I'll consider it. So
Oh my God, we were talking about ghosts in this exact same way earlier.
yeah. Oh, see, the thing about ghosts is there's theories behind that. Are you familiar with the not the Spider-Man multiverse, but are you familiar with like physics theories about multiple universes, all
Yeah.
countless multiple. Yeah, so there's theories behind ghosts that state that they are potentially beings that have slipped into our existence temporarily, which is why we see them. But these particular apparitions and what have you are um, so we only see a very, very small part of the electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, we see a very, very, very small part of it, and one of the reasons we don't see all of these things all the time is because we just can't perceive them. But anyway, enough of that. I'm sorry, it's about art, nothing
No,
else.
no, no. That I
I
find
know.
people's interpretations of those things very interesting. Jennifer says that she wished that it all existed. Um,
I think there's a lot of stuff
I
that
think
does exist.
to a certain extent, yeah.
Yeah, witness, same as the auditory spectrum. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there's so much that we can't perceive as humans.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like
I look to the cats. The cats have it all. They know what's going on.
okay.
That's my own theory.
Yeah, there's so much we don't perceive in reality, and I'm so sorry. I'm probably boring you all half to death talking about this nonsense.
No. Look, they're saying it fascinates them.
Oh yeah, you did find you did. I did then send
Right,
them to
here we
you in
go.
the end.
So some more. So these were, your little drawings then.
Yes. Does anyone
And then
recognise where these come from? It's a little bit obscure, but if anyone recognises, I'll be very, very happy. Anyone?
No, but we
So
do have a comment about what we were just saying about
yeah,
there
those theories.
are theories about the multiverse, isn't it? Stephen Hawking that theorized about it. It was postulated first by Max. Oh gosh,
No, it
don't
was
send me words like
Futurama.
that.
Futurama.
Max Xander, I believe.
Jennifer, there's some very interesting information about remote viewing, by the way. That was a real project that the Americans did, by the way, if you're interested. Right, so anyway, let's ignore the rabbit hole temporarily. So if no one knows what these characters are from, I don't have very much imagination, so what I tend to do is copy things. These are characters from a game called Mechanorium, which is I've got it on my iPad. and the game itself is like these little robot society basically, and you've got to work your way through it. And the main character's girlfriend is the one on the right there, and you've got the mayor of the town on the left there. And the way I did these ones is very simple. I sketched it out with pencil, and then I detailed it with ink or pen, and then I got a bit of watercolor on the one on the right there. You'll see a little bit of blue on the face there because she's made of metal. So you got a little bit of blue there, but also her dress you'll see is got a bit of red in there. So that's all watercolor.
Very nice.
I personally like it because it just looks rugged and messy and untidy. But if you actually look at the original artwork for the game, it's kind of how it looks in that anyway. So
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Yeah, I think you can really tell, that it's meant to be metal as well from them. Whitney
yeah,
said, your coloration skills are super good, Brad. Love the textures and color.
yeah. It's the art that I tend to do. It needs to be relatively simple because I'm not trained in art or anything like that, and I'm not claiming to be any good at it necessarily. I just do what I feel like doing. It's not really, it's not nothing more
I
than
think
that.
that's
It
the
just
best
sort of
way.
keep my brain active. But yeah, the mayor who's on the left there, that's slightly different. He's stationary, and that's the same principle. It's just doing the pencil, then sort of colorizing, with the paint. But you can see all the rivets in there as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's nothing special, but it's just an example of some of the stuff that I do just to keep my brain active, I suppose. And
Yeah,
to
exactly.
keep those monsters away from
Definitely.
my mind. Yeah, absolutely.
Freezing New Project says, I actually love the detail in the color and the texture of the mayor.
Yeah,
Almost looks organic and yet mechanical.
yeah. The original art for the game is absolutely amazing. Anyway, and it's done in a very similar style to this. It's all it all looks like it's been drawn with pens and
Mm,
sort of watercolors. It's really, it's very beautiful. I think the game
yeah.
itself. My pictures don't do justice on the game itself, but
Oh,
it's a sweet little game, and she's
yeah, it
she's
looks
one of
like
my
it would be.
she's one of my favorite characters anyway. What's her
Oh,
what's her name
I like
again?
her cute little eyelashes. Oh, that one is
I can't see it because StreamYard logo's over the top of it.
yeah.
Can't
my
remember.
wonderful duck. Don't
Yeah,
you other
duckies.
way?
Yeah,
Don't you
duckies are
like my
awesome.
duck?
Yeah, it's
By the way,
awesome.
Whitney is asking what the red bit is on the mayor.
Oh, hang on. Let's have a look. That's his body. That's his torso. So
Oh right, so it isn't a tongue.
yeah, so the mayor is pretty much stationary in that chair, and he's connected up to all these wires because presumably he's controlling the city
Ah,
through his, yeah, because Mechanorium is the city itself as it is. So yeah, the red is his torso, and then
and she has
you've
little
got,
heart hands.
yeah, little heart hands, and then of course her boyfriend. Did you get any pictures of his
Oh,
her
let me see if I
boyfriend?
did send that one over. Her name is Berta.
Berta, yeah, that's it. Her boyfriend's called
Yeah, I'm
Joseph.
not sure if I did send that one across. No, I just went on
Did
to
I not?
the
Oh,
mushrooms.
okay.
Sorry.
Oh, mushrooms. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, the boyfriend is Joseph. Oops,
Joseph.
anyone can see that there on my little screen.
Yeah, he's the main character, Joseph. Yeah.
Wonderful. So
mushrooms.
Then we go to the mushrooms that you were talking about.
I did that ages ago. This is all done with my pencil case setup that I've got. That's all it is.
Cute.
It's just a pencil case with a few stuck bits and pieces. But yeah, all that is just mushrooms, a bit of colour, really. Again,
Nice.
this was copied from another picture I found online. But I liked the simplicity of this, but also the fact that it has detail of the specifics of the mushroom. So like those
Yeah,
weird things
exactly. Your
sticking out
really nice.
partway
Yeah.
up the stalk, example, that sort of thing. Yeah, it was just yeah. So I don't know really. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just I'm not. When it comes to doing this sort of thing, I don't mind if I make mistakes. I think it sort of adds to the character of things. And like the watercolor here is not, the blue in the background, it's not great. It could have been done so much better, but it really doesn't matter to me. I don't think.
No, and I think it really highlights the mushrooms themselves. I don't think it needs anything else. Yeah, I don't know. And there's just something really sort of natural and fluid about it.
Yeah.
Maya said they're beautiful.
I know you're all being very nice to me, but you don't need to be. You can be. I'm not going to be offended if you tell me how bad I am at something. Yeah,
trying to get you to blush, so it takes away from me blushing from earlier. And then I found this picture, and I don't know if you want to talk about this because we spoke about these at the protest a bit.
Yeah. So I think I spoke to you, Claire, about making some of these with goldenrod, which for those of you that don't know is the color that you get when they do a declare on you. So essentially kicking you out of Scientology, you get a declare that's written on goldenrod, which is like a weird yellow color. But this is a bracelet that I made, and the blue, the blue. I'm losing the plot here. The red and white signifies the Indonesian flag. So my girlfriend is Indonesian, and that's the reason for those colours. But one of the things I learned when I was at Combat Stress, they some of us, we all learned how to make paracord bracelets. Now I've got hundreds of the things lying around, but that's another way of being able to focus on something. And what I tend to do is in the bag I carry around with me, I always have a length of a couple of meters of paracord. So if I get stressed or whatever, I will just make a bracelet there and then. And then that will just focus my mind on doing that. But yeah, there's so many different ways you can do it. The way I did it here was I just did a standard bracelet, but threaded the two cords through there like that, so that it sort of sort of just came up with so the Indonesian flag, as it were. So like lots and lots of mini Indonesian flags in between the black.
Yeah, I think that's really nice.
I don't know if you've seen here, but in here there's a whole load of different tools that I have for being able to so they're like needles, but what you can do is you can burn the end of the paracord, so it's plastic, you melt it, and then you sort of push and screw into the back of these bits of metal, so it's like so it's like a needle and a thread type thing situation. So you can actually sort of sew and weave with this stuff as well. There's loads you can do with it. But the reason I started doing it, like I say, was for art therapy. But it's also very useful because paracord, if you like to be outside in the woods and everything else, is extremely useful because you can use it for building shelters and everything like that. So it's always very useful to have some with you, and it's always good to have a bracelet. So I should probably make some more actually at some point. I'll get round to it eventually.
Yeah, you're being asked to make a tutorial for how people can make their own.
Oh my goodness, that would involve me having to think about it. Right, yeah. Cool, blimey.
Or
Yeah,
maybe you can team up with Maya and come up with something like that.
yeah. Maya, message me outside of this thing, and we'll come up with some ideas on that, because I'm happy to, but look, honestly, there's so many really good tutorials online already,
Yeah.
which would probably be so much better than anything I could do. But yeah, I mean, look, if anyone wants any special, bracelets made in special colors or anything like that, then just
Oh,
let
that
me
would be
know.
really nice.
Yeah, I do need to get round to it, and I will get round to it eventually. I need to order some goldenrod coloured, because you can get it. I have checked
Oh,
goldenrod
cool.
coloured things. So next time we have a protest, Claire, we can all wear
That would be cool.
goldenrod bracelets.
Yeah. Proud
Yeah.
SP.
Although I don't know, SP Chef, you might be able to answer this one. Am I a PTS or an SP? Considering I was only Div 6
Oh.
public for a short period, and that I left. So yeah, it's an interesting question. So yeah, Swiss
SP
military.
Chef actually says
Yeah.
we had something similar in the Swiss military. We had them on the wrists, and with a couple of quick moves, we had a long bit of thick string for emergencies and drills. So I presume
Yes.
that came off of
Yes.
bracelets,
Now
obviously.
the way I make them SP Chef is you can't pull them apart quickly and easily, but I have made them in the past where you can. You pull one thing and it just completely unravels the whole system. And then, like I
Yeah.
say, as you said, in seconds you can have a whole length. I need to
Oh,
relearn how to do that, but yeah,
oh,
that's awesome.
nice. And Whitney says, I love it when everyday things have multiple functions and uses. Yes,
Yes.
I like that too.
Yes, well, with these ones here, I've actually got a whole load of little buckle things that are like that big, and they've got whistle on there. They've got a little
Oh,
mini compass, but also they have some, what's the name? A particular type of metal that when you run metal across it, it sparks. I've got the name of it now, but yeah, you can start fires with it as well. But also, if you make these bracelets thick and wide enough, which is really easy to do, what you can also do is you can incorporate into there things like a razor blade, fishing equipment, everything. You can actually have a full. It's a big old bracelet. I'm not going to lie, but I can actually incorporate a full survival kit into one bracelet.
wow.
Yeah.
Witness asks,
No,
Flint?
it's not flint. No, it's I'll remember it eventually. But they use it on Formula One race cars as well, because
Oh,
it's very
wow.
lightweight. Anyway, I'll remember it in a minute. But yeah, no, you can incorporate all sorts into these things, and that's one of the things that's useful when it comes to the I guess what am I thinking of? When you're focusing on putting these things and building it, it has a lot to do with precision, and it really does. Magnesium. There you go, Free Xenia Project. You're right. See, I knew that
Ah,
it's magnesium. Yeah. So
oh, I wouldn't have thought that.
very lightweight. But yeah, you scrape it and it you get sparks. But yeah, when you're focusing on making these bracelets, it's exactly the same as doing the art. You're focused on the precision of getting it right and everything else, and you're not sort of focused on other things.
Yeah,
Which is,
exactly.
when I'm in the back of church, when I go with a girlfriend, I struggle with it because there's so many people there. So quite often, what I do is I sit there and I make paracord bracelets, and little key rings and stuff like that, and then
Is
just
that
hand
like?
them out to.
Sorry,
go on.
I was just going to say, is that because you can do it without looking at what you're doing, or do you sort of look down at what you're doing?
I don't know. I don't necessarily need to look at what I'm doing. I just do it automatically. But
That's cool.
what I tend to do is I tend to try and do things that I've not done before. So I'm essentially trying to make things in a completely different way, or come up with a pattern in my mind and then trying to put it into practice. So I'm very much invested in that. I don't know. It's just a coping mechanism of many that I have. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, if anyone has any other questions, please pop them in chat. Yeah, otherwise we will sort of wrap up fairly soon.
Yeah.
Because I must admit I'm getting a little bit hungry.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been great to chat, Brad. Thank you so much for sort of sharing your art therapy with everyone, your art itself, and a bit about you.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I've been useful to you.
Oh, not useful, inspiring. That's what I like to say.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I've noticed so many inspiring people out there, and it's really nice to be able to talk to them.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's lovely to be able to talk to you, Claire, and the other people. It's been awesome.
Likewise. Yeah, I always like doing a stream with a person. I must admit, I get like super, as I probably many people know from watching my streams, but I get like super nervous doing them by myself. So yeah, it's always nice to have someone to correspond with, and always nice when we have such lovely people in the chat. Witness says, thank you, Brad and Claire. This conversation has been great. Thank you. And thank you, Maya, as well. Freezing New Project. Can't wait to see you again, Brad.
Freezing New Project. I don't know if you know, I did a chat with Jeff from PTS for Life.
Oh, yeah, I did share that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a whole SP. Okay, that's awesome.
Darling, you're a whole SP. I love that. But being technical in the book Introduction of Scientology Ethics, there is a list of things when done you would be seeing as an SP. I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, so
sorry,
that's all right then. So I'm officially a bad boy.
Yeah, but I'm certainly protesting is one of them. Yeah.
It makes me proud. It does.
It exactly. We're proud SPs.
Yeah, I'm a proud SP. Absolutely. I'm really happy about that. It's awesome.
I mean, I do need to get one of Lara's top saying that is like one of my top things to get when I can.
Yes, and Claire, at some point, what I'll do is I shall get a wrist measurement from you. I'll get you to measure your wrist for me, and at some point when I get my stuff together, I shall make you an SP bracelet.
Yay!
Yeah, I'll see about getting some special detail in there or something. Not quite sure what I'll do yet, but I'll come up with something. So yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Well, my favourite colour is pink, so you can add some pink in there.
Well, you can have goldenrod and pink, and
there you go. Could be swirled together.
That'd be awesome.
Here we go. Whitney says, "A whole SP. Congratulations, Brad."
I know. I'm very proud.
And me, I'd like to say, I think I'm a whole SP for having.
You are, Claire. You are. But
and I filmed it, so you know.
Yes, you did, and I rudely interrupted your streams on a number of occasions. I know.
Oh, never. Introduced you to, you helped me get them stuff. That's what I'm going to say. So Freezing the Project says that he needs to check out that video. Have a nice Saturday from Jennifer. Have a nice Saturday yourself. And SB Chef says, thanks for the chat and your insight on trauma in the military and your art journey, which better not to be done yet. And thank you for your service, sir. Yes, indeed. Thank you for your service.
And thank you for your support, SP Chef. Appreciate that.
Witness says that we are both bad SPs. It's the finest order.
I don't know if Claire, I don't know if you know, but Alex made me and sent to me a hoodie, and it's got United Against Scientology on the front, but on the back it's got security, and it says protecting suppressive people since 2003. Oh, sorry, 2023.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, SP
Great.
security.
Yeah, indeed. You were our security that day. Yeah. Well, that weekend.
Samuel likes to refer to me as head of SP security. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Maya says that she painted our protest.
Maya,
she wants to be a whole SPT. I love it.
Maya, I didn't know you painted the protest. I'd really love to see some of that if you could.
Yeah, I haven't. I didn't get permission to put it up on my channel community page. But yeah, I have it. So if she would let me to send it over to you, then I would.
Maya, if you want any of my contact details, Claire can share them with you, I'm sure. But I'd love to see your art relating to the protest. That'd be amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you're the guy in the shorts.
I'm the guy in the shorts in the middle of winter in England. Yeah. Apparently, I've got amazing legs.
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't just a silly painting. It's very cool. No one's ever painted me before, so I was very honoured. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Freezing New Project. Have a great day. Right, wonderful. Oh, Brad has disappeared on us. So we will definitely end it there. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Brad, and everyone that's been in chat. I appreciate you all. Please like and subscribe. Let me just put up my little banner. Where are we? Please like and subscribe if you wish. And if you want to help with funding people to get sewing skills, or even just help me along my journey within this YouTube world, then please do buy me a cup of tea or sort of help me with equipment that I definitely need. Yeah, it's really much appreciated. And yes, Witness, I will see you on our Silk Talk on Wednesday. So everyone, go and get your notification for that. There should also be a stream on Monday for our art chat. And I don't know if I should do a stream tomorrow evening. It would be about the same time as today, just in my studio. But I don't want to conflict with the protest that's going on. So please let me know if that's a good time for everyone. It would probably be for a couple of hours. But yeah, I don't want to take people away from what's going on with the protests, because I think they're really important at the moment. Or in particular, sort of this weekend anyway. But yeah, and I will see you at some point as well in the week for more stuff from my studio, because I've got a lot going on this week. But yeah, so see you later. Oh, do you want me to add you back on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, but
yeah,
we'll
no,
say goodbye.
Right. I know I got cut off. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was my fault or not. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I did anything anyway. Right.
No, it's all
Wonderful.
right.
See
Take
you
it easy,
later. Have a
guys. Thank
wonderful
you very
evening.
much.